I'm sure this has never happened to you, so just use your imagination. Imagine deleting a file and then removing it from the recycle bin and then realizing, actually, you need it. Normally, this would be a disaster, and you would either need the help of your IT department to get it back, or if you didn't have any backups, you'd have to manually recreate the file. Not anymore. Let's look at the Windows feature that will help us recover files automatically. To demonstrate the file history feature in this video, I'm going to accidentally delete a file and then use the file history function to restore that file. Before I can delete my trade show invitation template, I do need to turn on the file history feature because it's not turned on by default in Windows 8. So I go to my start screen by pressing the Windows key on the keyboard and then type my search keywords. I go to Settings to filter the search results and then select File History from the list of results. The File History program will load, showing me that File History is indeed turned off. Next, I can see that my libraries, desktop, contacts, and Internet Explorer favorites will be backed up when I turn File History on. If you have any data which is not stored in your libraries or in your desktop, then those files will not be backed up by the File History feature. Next, I can see that Windows 8 has detected an external disk for me to save the file history data onto. If I didn't have an external disk, I could specify a network location by using the Select Drive feature. But I don't have access to a network from this machine, so I can't demonstrate that. What I do have, though, is my external drive, so I could just go ahead and turn on the backup. Please note that this backup location needs to be available all the time if you want file history to automatically create versions of your files. Let's turn it on. You might have briefly seen a status update where the file history backup was being created. Because I don't have a lot of information in my libraries or desktop, that backup was created very quickly. Of course, if you have a large amount of data, your backup may take considerably longer to create. What we can also see now is a link that enables me to perform a file history backup on demand. This is particularly useful if my external drive cannot be attached to my machine at all times. Let's say, for example, I have a laptop and I can't carry around my laptop with a hard drive hanging off the side. So I could use the Run Now feature to perform a file history backup whenever a drive was connected. Now that the file history feature is turned on, I can close this window and accidentally delete my file into the recycle bin, and then I will right-click the recycle bin and choose to empty the recycle bin. I will also ignore this warning so that I can accidentally, on purpose, delete my file. If I wasn't using Windows 8 and the file history feature, that file would now be permanently deleted. To restore the file, I need to go back to the file history feature. Another way that I can access file history is via the charms. So if I move the pointer into the bottom or top right-hand corner, go to Settings, and then from Settings I choose Control Panel. Once I'm in Control Panel, I need to choose System and Security, and then use File History. I can either click that link for an overview, or go straight to Restoring Files with File History. I know the file that I'd like to restore was originally located on the desktop, so I can double-click the desktop icon and then select the file that I'd like to restore. To restore the file, I click the big green button. This will open up File Explorer, open up the folder where the data was originally stored, which we can see there is my desktop folder, and the file is shown in its restored state. I'll close File Explorer and close the File History feature so that we can see that file in its original location. So we can see there it's definitely been restored successfully. To review, the File History feature is a fantastic way of protecting the data on your computer, especially if you don't have access to a corporate network where you could store your files and folders where they'd be backed up by your IT department. So for home users or for small businesses that don't have big backup systems, you can use the File History feature to protect your data from accidental loss. All you need is an external drive and to turn the File History feature on.